Well, good morning, America, California, all the states, up to Hawaii, and all over the world. Vinney Chopra here, and BeauEckstein, my brother, right here with Vinney and Beau Show. We come live to you at the new time starting 2023. It's going to be 9 a.m. Friday, every Friday. Again, thank you for joining, and we want to thank our guests today also.
And then eventually, Mike doesn't know much about Vinney probably, but Vinney's a big apartment guy. So Vinney will probably talk you into becoming a multifamily syndicator and raising hundreds of $1 million and buying apartment complexes. But welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, brother.
All right, we lost Vinney. I don't know where he is. Well, anyways, this is the Vinney and Beau Show, and we're back. Vinney was in Portugal, and he is now back. I don't know where he is, but he just fell off. He's walking somewhere. But I hope everybody's doing well today. We're back. It's been about a month of vacation time for Vinney. He's very fortunate to be able to take all these lavish vacations. But anyways, today's topic, we're going to talk about some books that Vinney and I are both reading, which is funny. Well, we're not reading. We're actually listening to them in Audible. And book number one is 10X is Easier Than 2X by Benjamin Hardy and Dan Sullivan. Dan Sullivan, I've been following for many, many years. Dan Sullivan has a coaching program called Strategic Coach. He's just an older gentleman, but he's been, I listen to several podcasts. He does a podcast with Joe Polish. And he has a couple other podcasts, and he's a fascinating guy, really, really sharp. And anyways, earlier today, Vinney and I were on text, and we were talking about books, and I had sent him a screen capture of the newest book that they put out, which is called 10X is Easier Than 2X. They also just the previous book was called Gain the Gap, and the book before that was Who Not How. And I would say that I'm not completely done with 10X is Easier Than 2X, but Who Not How was my top over Gain the Gap. But this book, 10X is Easier Than 2X, is definitely, let's move Vinney in here. Hold on a second, people.
Thank you. I'm so sorry, guys. I've been walking this morning, and sorry, brother, Beau got lost there or restream. So no, go ahead. Thank you so much, everybody joining today. This morning, we are doing this after about a month. Is that right, Beau?
Yeah, it's been a long time. And so anyways, I changed your name, but anyways, our names are screwed up, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I know.
Let me.
It's okay. Can you change your mind too? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. So anyways, I was just going over Benjamin Hardy, Dr. Benjamin Hardy, and Dan Sullivan. Both of those guys are amazing individuals.
Amazing.
And there's been 3 books. There was Who Not How.
Yep.
And then Gain the Gap came out. Yep. And the newest book is 10X is Easier Than 2X.
2X. Oh my gosh, that's taken over the world, by the way, and I've gone crazy on it myself. I've put it in all the private masterminds. I have put it in Facebook, of course, and groups and LinkedIn, so that everybody listening to us, please get an audible copy. And I got up 4:00 today, this morning. I know you were up too, way up, Beau, and listened to most of the book. Well, no, I think maybe a few chapters. Go ahead, Beau.
All right, so here's 5 questions to kickstart your 10X advantage. What in your life supports 10X? What doesn't support 10X?
Yes.
What's lacking in your life that you require in order to go 10x? What knowledge, skills, habits, or capabilities do you currently have that you can maximize right now? Where have you gone 10x before? What did you learn?
Mhm.
What teamwork, tools, or technology will be essential to going 10x? Advantages of a 10x mindset. Okay, guys, greater ROI, constant learning and improvement. Every change is for a specific reason. It will make things faster, easier, cheaper, or bigger. You
Yes.
zero in on the strategies and tools that help you learn from and accelerate your progress. More energy. Your 10x progress motivates and energizes you and everyone around you. Better teamwork. A 10x focus. A 10x focus quickly highlights each person's unique strengths and shows how these abilities need to contribute to one another and the company. A new normal. You will find it incomparable easier to stay focused on growing your business in your life. So very profound statements there. So, I think really there's certain things in your life. Then you just realize these are 10x. This is a 10x mindset. These are 10x
Mhm.
things that we're doing. And so I
Yeah.
think we need to take a deep look at our business and figure out what those 10x items are. So for me, I'll give you an example. A simple 10x strategy for me is that when I'm working with a sponsor for financing,
Mhm.
I can finance a $200,000 loan, or I can finance a 20 million or $30 million loan or $200 million loan. It's all about the same time for me. So wouldn't I be better off with a 10x mindset to focus on these $20 million deals or these $2 million deals versus the $200,000 deals? Of course, right? Because it's the same amount of effort and I'm making 20 or 100 times the amount of money. So right there is a 10x switch that I would no longer will do these smaller deals. Now, it doesn't mean I will not help these people that come to me and need financing, but what it'll mean is that they might get my loan assistant working for them, right? I'm still going to help everybody, but
Mhm.
that's a 10x mindset. I don't have the time to service everybody, right? It's just not. But can I leverage my loan assistant, who's probably more capable in dealing with these $200,000 or $300,000 loans? Of course. So that's a 10x move. So, anyways, it's exciting to dive in. Vinny and I were chatting about this. This is what we're working on inside our business. Whether you're, out there listening in the future right now, and you're stuck in a dead end job and you're frustrated in life, this book will change your mindset. And you need to you need to listen and read these type of books, because it's part of the 10x mindset. We take little nuggets from all the mentors in our life, and then we become this encyclopedia of value. And that's really the strength of always learning. And Vinny, is constantly reading and listening to books, even probably more so than I am, because he's got a growth mindset. He wants to grow. And even when people go, well, Vinny, why? You're 70 years old. Why do you want to grow? Because you start dying when you stop learning, when you stop growing. You start
Exactly.
maybe not physically dying,
Decaying in your
decaying.
thoughts, decaying in your, the growth is so important. It could be not even in business, right, Bo? It could be physically, mentally. I mean, at 70, one should be looking at, okay, what's my next 20 years is going to be? If we don't have that goal of having a good health, let's say, right, and also financially be able to enjoy the money that you have amassed and saved and everything, and you can make memories out of it. So a lot of people, they ask me, Vinny, why are you so focused right now to even make more wealth and more legacy and all that? The key thing is, if you don't have a growth mindset, growth in not only business, in relationships, in family, in every aspect of our life, right, bro? Then we are not going further to help the economy and help ourselves and help our families and all those and charities, whatever. Anyway, but can I say something? 80-20 rule, we have heard about that Pareto principle. We always say 20% of the efforts get 80% of the result. In this book, what I listened to was that 20% of your top customers, clients, really bring the business for you. Okay, then the 20% of your clients and your customers are less headache for you because they are on the top and they have bigger perspective. They're doing a lot of things are going in their life to make it happen for them. They're more successful. All this because in my case, for example, right, in syndication world, Bo, it just hit hard to me right now. This morning, I've been listening to this book, for 3 hours, 3.5 hours. So few things I've really come to realize right now, that we are treating every investor the same, which is okay. But I need to spend more time, and I'm going to my portfolio today and looking at my top investors, top 50, top 100, who have given me 5 million, 4 million, 3 million, 6 million, whatever it is, right? And I'm going to nurture them more. I'm going to make a personal phone call. I'm going to make sure what's going on in their life and how they can bring more of their friends and family into my syndications. So essentially, what I picked up this morning, something for me, which is going to be a mind boggling, which I knew that already. But the thing is, we need to spend time with the customers, with the activities that bring us majority of the results, which is 80-20, same thing. 20% of the efforts bring 80% of the results. In this one, sorry, oh my God, whew, I'm over here walking today because I, didn't walk today. And I said, I got to do it. I've got a 10 o'clock appointment, then 11 o'clock, then 12 o'clock. So, Bo, what has really been, and everybody listening to us, the big change in my mind right now is, Vinny, get going even more in the 10x. There are 10x customers in your businesses, everybody listening and watching us, and there are 2x customers. So who do you want? You want the 10x customers because your business is more dependent on them rather than the 2x. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the things that you listen to, we already know because we've been studying, all of our lives, these principles, but
Yes.
it reinforces certain things. One big takeaway I had, 10x is kind of like this common coin term now, 10x. So we're going to 10x this. But a lot of people put the 10x as like, well, if you're just 10x from a transaction standpoint, you're doing way too much work. You don't want to necessarily, like, if I did 100 loans this year, I don't want to say, oh, I'm going to 10x and I'm going to do 500 or whatever loans next year. It's not about that. It's about
It's
working
not
in.
the volume. It's not the volume. I'm so
Yeah.
glad you brought it up, Bo. It's the quantity. It's not the it's the quality. Sorry. It's the quality. It's not quantity. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so kind of looking at it from a big picture, it's like, okay, this makes so much sense. Like, I'm not trying to 10x to like never be able to really enjoy and think. Being a 10xer mindset means like you're really working strategically. And instead of me saying, oh, I'm going to do 200 transactions next year, no, it's like, well, no, I'm going to do actually less transactions, but they're going to be 4 or 5 times the size, which is going to free up all this time. And then I can take that money and reinvest into other cash flowing assets, right? Like, so it's just like, okay, like it's starting to make sense now. Okay. Like most of us, when we hear 10x, we think of Grant Cardone, like, oh, you got to always be working. You got to be doing this. I believe in working very hard and working, but also if you had more time to actually be strategic in your business and go, okay, like what's really moving the needle? Is moving the needle going and talking to my top 20% of investors that are giving me millions of dollars, or the one investor that's invested one time and he's put in 50 grand? And unfortunately, like, we're still going to take care of that investor. They're going to get on
Mm-hmm.
they're on our newsletter. They're going to,
Yep.
once a year we talk to them.
Yep.
but our investors that are donate or that are investing millions of dollars, they're going to get our
Yes.
attention because they're going to they're going to continually increase their investments in our companies. So it makes more sense to focus on that. And then, so it makes so much more sense. Or a 10x mindset could be like, look, I might not be, I'm going to partner with other operators that have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of good deal flow in emerging markets because myself and my team, we might find, a couple deals, but if I partner with others like-minded syndicators or operators, I can
Mm-hmm.
find 10x the amount of deals with way less efforts, right? Like, look at all these game changers, right? Vinny, you're starting to do that a little bit,
Oh my
because
gosh! Oh my gosh! You just hit the nail on the head, guys. I have done $50 million fund. I've done $20 million fund. Now I'm doing two with my new partners, 100 million each. That's 200 million we'll be raising, and it's going crazy. People are loving us, and we are reaching bigger and higher ultra net worth and very savvy, investors. We knew that they are there, but as we have developed our whole strategy to bring my levels of investment, well, again, I'm just kind of sharing that with everybody watching us. It's gone from 100,000 to 200 to now 100 to 250 to 500 to 1 million to 5 million. And we have three people in the 5 million already. Wow, isn't that something? Just three people giving us $15 million, where it used to take me 60 people to do 15 million.
and the thing is, you're to raise that 5 million from one investor is easier than to raise 50
Much
grand from
easy.
that, really, right? Like, so you,
Thousand
in the
percent.
same amount of time you raise 50, now you're raising 5 million. That's a 10x. That's a 10x shift right there. That's what we're talking about. So like, I
Yeah.
think like everything, and also in this book, they talk about doing less, like just hone in on the things
Yeah.
that are,
Yeah.
hone in on like the things that actually move the needle, that like
That's
everything else, like for me, I'll have all the stuff I'm doing, you know what though, it's overwhelming. You don't actually
yes.
ever accomplish what you really can accomplish if I just go, hey, I'm going to do this and this really good, really
Yeah.
well, and this is
Hmm.
what actually moves the needle the most. Everything else can either be done by an assistant or
Yep.
taken away, and I'm not even going to think about doing that anymore because it's not doing anything that's going to be a 10x shift. And so, going forward, it's really like I take these themes that I hear and I study, like, who, not how, right? And I
Yep.
think Benjamin Hardy and Dan Sullivan are doing such a good job in this series
Amazing.
of books to really
Amazing.
help entrepreneurs grow. Like, and if you want to grow, it's not about doing double the transactions or triple the transactions. It's about being strategic on those transactions, getting that $5 million investor as opposed to that $100,000 investor.
So true,
Getting,
Bo.
yeah,
Yeah, that I'm sorry to interrupt you.
yeah.
That's been really fueling me right now. I mean, in the last 3, 4 hours, even though I was doing it, but guess what? Now having these great writers and who have really practiced it, and they have, thought through the whole. And I think there is a special coaching too, right? They do and everything. I'm thinking about joining. The key thing is you got to take action. You got to, what you're listening to us and watching us right now, please, please, please take action. Buy that book, buy that audio book, 10x is better than 2x, because that will transform you into a new life.
So true. It's just, it's a constant leveling up to, like, everything is a step. You're taking a step
Yeah.
and you step, and eventually you're going to get on top of the summit,
Yep.
and then you're going to
Yep.
realize there's other summits. But the point is like everything I can do to make things better. Even like I just was telling you earlier that I joined Evan Carmichael,
Yeah. Yeah.
his YouTube program, because I was trying to make my videos better and get more engagement.
Sure.
Right, like you can
Sure.
level up in so many ways, and there's just little tweaks you can do. So like, I think this book is really opening up my mind to everything, and
Yeah.
who, not how, too. Exactly. It's like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to run ads, and it's frustrating me because YouTube and Facebook ads are very, challenging to understand, and like
Yes.
you got to build the mousetrap so people go into your
Mm-hmm.
funnel. So this is really not. I shouldn't be doing this. I should be finding the who that can do this, right? Who is the
Yeah.
person that can run these ads for me and get the best ROI?
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be doing that. So that's really like what we got to be looking for. But yeah, it's
So
exciting.
what you're saying, Bo, is to really, look at what you're able to accomplish in results with you, what you know of, but why not to get the specialists who do it day in, day out, and they know the hacks and they know how to get it done, and they will get better results. If you look at the ROI, they're going to give us much better results with the same amount of money or even more. Putting more, you get more, right? So, no, I see your point, what you're saying, brother.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just like some people, like, they're starting to put out content for their business and they're editing the
mhm,
videos themselves. Guys, that's the worst use of your time. First of all, it takes forever to learn how to edit a video. And second,
right.
that's probably not what you want to do unless you're really passionate about doing it. So just pay
Yeah.
somebody to do that kind of stuff. They're 10 times better than you, and you get the result a
I'm
lot
right
quicker.
here. I'm right here. I'm going to sit down here. I know it's been shaky, but I'm going to sit on this bench. I do that for my other show also. So I'm already here. Yes, sir,
So
brother.
so after like this 3 hours of listening to this book today, what's your immediate action plans? I know you're going to spend more time with your good investors and
Right
focus on
away.
them.
Right away, brother. A lot of things came to my mind. Many of them have not heard from me for a long time. We have been sending newsletters, this and that. They get their cash flow checks and everything, so they're happy. Only those who ask me some questions, we interact with them. My job today and starting today is to, as the CEO of the company, to really get into bigger circles, to meet with them, to talk to them, and even Zoom them and find out very personal message to them. What's going on in their life and how is their business doing and retirement if they are, how the family. So getting to know them more fresh. Oh my gosh, some of them have been with me for 15 years.
And
So it's good to, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Go
you know
ahead.
what's going to happen too, because you're doing this. You're gonna call somebody, and let's just call him Jim. Hey Jim, it's Vinny. It's been a while. I just, you've been
Yeah,
investing with me for 10 years, and like, I just want to call and say hi and just connect with you. And then all of a sudden, oh, Jim just sold his company for 50
I
million
love it.
bucks.
I
And now
love it.
Jim's like, hey, Vinny, you've done well for me for the last 15 years. I just happened to
Yes.
sell my company for 50 million. I got 10 million right now. I need to deploy into some investments,
Oh,
and I need some tax relief, right? That's going to happen
yes.
because you're doing this, right? And then you're going to almost kick yourself. You're like, after all these years, I just should have done this easy
To-
thing
yeah.
that was a 10x mindset shift that just made my life so much easier. And with making 5 phone calls, you'd bring in an extra $40 million or $15 million of investable
Mind-boggling. It's
capital.
mind-boggling, brother. It's mind-boggling. It's just, yeah, hitting me in my eyes, in my mind. I have not done a single presentation with my clientele, and they give me 10 to 15 million by just sending in them an email and a package, and they will just click on the button and give me 250, 500. I need to get talk to them and share with them my new two funds, and they are 506c, by the way. So I can talk about it and advertise it and everything. So I can even tell them, hey, do you know of anybody else in your circle of friends and family who can take 20% returns? Who would not like to take 20 to 30% return? If you put tax benefits with cost segregation, it's 35 to 39% return per year. Wow. And I can brag about it because it's 506c. And that's the beauty of it. So, anyway, the big thing what you're saying, Bo, is so true, brother. I hope everybody listening to us just look at your top customers, not only top investors, brother. Bo, I'm looking at talking to my top brokers. I'm going to do it in every facet of my companies. because I need to talk to even my partners who are the vice presidents and the presidents of my other ventures that I'm involved in, and get to know them more and give them that time and, the nurturing, I call it, right? So that they're able to really look at, hey, Vinny is doing something different. I never heard from him. And now, so I'll be spending time more, which will be bringing 10x results. That's what it's all about. It's not, and you know what? I'm so glad you said it. I'm going to shut up now. Is that you will not be busy. We are not asking you to 10x your quantity of the clients. No, 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 no. You're actually going to spend less time, but you will be more focused and committed to talk to your 20% of your top clients. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you nailed it. I mean, so if we go back to these questions,
Yeah.
what in your life supports 10x? What doesn't support 10x? That's you're gonna do more of what supports, and you're gonna get rid of what doesn't support. It's very simple.
Yes. Yep.
What's lacking in your life that you require in order to go 10x? I got to think about what I'm lacking. Um, yeah, perfect example is I'm lacking time because I'm doing too much of the busy work. And
Mhm.
that's what we're going to eliminate. Um, what knowledge, skills, habits, or capabilities do you currently have that you can maximize right now? I mean, I've got the power of, I'm an amazing connector. I can connect.
Mhm.
I can get in front of people. I can present. I need to do,
Mhm.
that's where I'm 10Xing right now. Like, for example, I
Yeah.
think I was texting you earlier. I got on a
Yes.
friend's YouTube show. He's got 50,000 subscribers, right? And 8 people automatically reached out to me, right? So if I go and get
Wow.
on people that have 50,000, 100, 200,000, a million viewers on
Yeah.
their YouTube channel, and I share my message, I get on
Mhm.
larger stages. That's a 10x move,
Mhm.
because before I was interviewing or going on shows, and they didn't have the following. Not that that's a bad thing to share wisdom with others, but really, for where I am at with my journey, I need to get on bigger stages. I need to get on platforms.
Yes.
So my best use of time is to go onto platforms where I'm going to share my message with thousands of people,
Yes.
as opposed to 50 people. And
So
the more
true.
I share
So
my
true.
message, the more you
Yeah.
build your brand. The more you build your brand, the more money you make. The more money you make, the more freedom you have in your life to make bigger and better investments, bigger and better connections, right? That's the key. How do we make these bigger and better connections? Because when it comes down to it, when an opportunity arises,
Yeah.
even if you might not have all that money, but you have connections, that's the real key. Having those connections to execute on different opportunities that come your way. Where'd you go, Vinny?
No, I'm right here, brother. Somebody wants to meet me. I said, hey, come on. Don't you know that I'm on my, weekly show? You should be watching me.
That that's the other 10x thing, Vinny, right?
Yeah.
A 10x people they don't go in their email the first thing in the morning and they don't
No,
respond
no.
because you know you're you're not helping yourself by responding to their messages in the morning,
No,
right? Like
not
that's
at
their
all.
agenda, not yours. You need to focus on your
Yes.
agenda. 10x
And
10x
and
mind
even
shift.
even when people call me, I don't pick up phone at all anymore. Let them leave a message because I want to know what's the kind of message. I'm going to change my actually voicemail. I was thinking about it. Could you please, because I get so many calls, go ahead and tell me the purpose of your call. That's all. And then whenever I have time, I can listen to it, get back to them. If it's not important, just message them back. Hey, I'm not interested. That's it. So I do not pick up the phone. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. And it was funny. I was on a call with Evan Carmichael. We do these group calls on Zoom.
Hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I was telling him how my business works. I get a lot of leads from YouTube and like they get my calendar. He's like, man, he didn't say it's stupid, but he basically said stupid. No, they should go to a like a questionnaire. Do you have a deal right now that
Yes.
needs financing? Yes or no?
Ye-
The yes
Yes.
people get my calendar immediately because they have an immediate need that I can help them. But if somebody wants to like pick my brain for 20 or 30 minutes, I don't have time to do that. Right.
Yeah.
And so I
Yeah.
got to get all these little moves or 10x moves that we need to really focus on because literally my calendar stays 7 or 8 calls a day, right? And that's like by the end of the day, you're drained.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're eventually, I haven't built it yet. They're going to go to my page and it's going to say, do you have a deal? Yes or no. It's going to ask them a bunch of questions. And then based on their answers, they're going to get a certain calendar. Calendar A is like you get immediate access. Calendar B is, my other calendar, and calendar C is like, okay, like you got to book out like 3 weeks, right?
I love
And
that.
so,
I love that,
yeah,
Beau. I mean, can I say that? I know we both have common Bill Davis. And again, thanks to Bill. Hey, cheers to Bill. Bill, brother, I mean, he's been now with me also, and he's been with you 12 years. Amazing person. We're going to do this together so that we can have this questionnaire because I'm automating in Go High Level the whole program for my investors coming in and my students coming in. And that is the big thing because I don't want time wasters. I want committed people who are ready to invest with me, 100,000 minimum. Are they accredited? If they are not, they probably should look for some other syndicators. I'll politely write that in there that at this time my deals are $200 million only for accredited investors, verifiable. If you are not verifiable, get it verified at verified.com, well, all that stuff, right? But please join me later on or put me on, click the link over here to be in my club. You'll get all the emails, but at this time I cannot help you. Then I don't have to spend any time, brother. I'm finding my team is finding they're going through 25-minute presentation and then they find out they are not accredited.
right. It's a waste of time.
It's a waste of time for them and us. Both,
Hey, you're
both.
not you're not in a position to invest based on SEC guidelines on what we're doing with
Yes,
our funds.
yes,
Your best
yes,
bet right now is to join our coaching program where you're going to learn
yeah,
about the luxury lifestyle, right?
yeah,
Invest
perfect. Yeah.
invest your money into that. Invest $997 or whatever it is, right? Into that. That's the best investment you can make because you're not ready to invest in a larger syndication, right? And so
Totally, totally.
that's what the message would be like. Hey, we only take accredited investors. We'd love, to stay connected with you. We also have a program. This is what we do.
Yes.
This might be the best investment you can make and the
Mm-hmm.
highest ROI, right? It really is. So
It
it's all
really is, bro.
perspective that we really got to think about. I think this episode that we're doing right now is
Yes,
a really it's a total game changer. The way we think, the way we take business, like we
yes.
have a finite amount of time on this planet in this body form. Eventually, I'll be
Mm-hmm.
reincarnated into something else. But let's just say,
Yeah.
if you really want to grow, and it's just not even
Yeah.
about a money thing, it's about a lifestyle and
Mm-hmm.
a
Mm-hmm.
legacy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just doing these, it's just, constantly fine tuning and figuring out what really, really moves the needle. And that's what this book really talks about. And that's why I like it a lot.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I know we've been going at it 33 minutes. The key thing I find is that you got to take action. You got to move the needle. And that's where Beau is talking about, and I'm talking about. This book has affected my thinking and my podcast guest, actually, Vlad. Thank you, Vlad, from there back east. He was on the thing, and I said, what are you reading? And he says, Vinny, this book has really made a big difference. I didn't even know about the book. And then I shared with you, Beau, and you knew about it. And I ordered the audio copy this morning. And I've listened to it. And I'm going to listen to it again all day long because I picked up so much already. And I'm going to change. See, that's where it all boils down to. It's not watching a video, it's not reading a book, it's not reading 1,000 books. A lot of people tell me I've read thousands of books. I go, okay, you're a book junkie. You know, I mean, go ahead. Tell me what you picked up from that book that you picked up. Have you implemented in your business, in your life? If you have not, then don't read any more books. I've said that to many people, by the way. I don't mind being very straightforward because you got to take what's going to turn your business around, turn your life around. Because if you don't want to grow, then don't read any book. Don't go to any seminars. Don't go to any YouTube and all that stuff. But we got
I
to
love
move the needle.
exactly. No, it's so true. It's like you can go to all these workshops, seminars, and whatever, but if you're not actually going to like you should be like on page 30 and already implementing strategy on these good books. And like,
Yes.
if you're not,
Yes.
it's just a waste of time. And
Totally
we
based.
don't have time to waste. And you know,
Yeah.
we're action takers and we move the needle. So anyways, we should end right there because we went past our
Yeah.
30 minutes. This is a
We
great
did, we
episode.
did. Yeah, great one. And again, if you are catching us in between, please go ahead and go through the whole thing. It's that 10x is easier than 2x. We talked about it, and who know how, right? Who know how, and the gain, right? The gain. So please go for it. We're gonna go out and we're gonna promote it also on the Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm gonna put all these 3 books out and put the links also, my team, because we want to spread the knowledge. We want everybody to be better than who they are, and be better than Beau and better than Vinney. That's on my life passion, is really to give my course to 1 million people across the globe. And I'm going to do it. However I can do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Beau brother. And let's do the outro and see you next Friday. I know I was gone for a month in. Morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining this morning. This is Vinney and Beau show. Some of you might know me, Vinney Chopra, and my partner, BeauEckstein. And we come to you live at 9:30 Pacific, which is 12:30 Eastern, every Friday. Thanks for joining.
And I think, Vinney, honestly, we at some point we're going to start a affordable housing multifamily division underneath Monale Investments. I'll run the division.
Wow.
We'll have a nonprofit component, and we'll help.
Wow.
We could probably help this in a big way, really.
I would love that. I would love that.
Yeah.
It's been an exciting week. I hope it's been for you also. Beau, you have some questions, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of questions.
How are you, brother?
Good to see you, Vinney. Good to see you, Beau.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We are so privileged to have you.
Hey, Vinney, real quick.
Yeah, bud.
All right, I'll bet you sushi that you don't know what does SAS stand for?
Hi there, everybody joining us, watching us. We are live in 7 channels actually today, in the YouTube, in LinkedIn, in Facebook groups and Facebook. Thanks again for liking the show. Please give comments, share, and we are here for a very big show today.